And of course, it's Friday. Dr. Raj is back with us for another edition of our exclusive program, Sexplosion. Good afternoon, Dr. Raj. How are you, my brother?
Good afternoon, my friend. I'm fine. How are you? And how's the weather in Port of Spain?
Well, it's nice and sunny. I left sunny and then I think it's really wet. But it's sunny this week.
Uh-huh. Well, on this side, it's good. It can't complain. No showers or anything like that, but you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, things will change
Automatically and quickly. So I know we didn't have any program last week, but we're on this week, and we have some. Well, as usual, I have the angel here with me. We have questions to answer. We have different things to do. It's going to be an exciting program tonight, this evening. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here with you.
Okay, I just want to make sure because, when it's out there, I just get frightened.
I'm right here with you.
And I say, I'm being knocked out.
I wouldn't let that happen. You're not my chief thing.
I know that. Just trying to get something done here before I get started. Where's my, okay, that's not there. This is here. Yes, so today's program. Well, you didn't ask me how things been going. You're not asking me the right questions, man.
Well, I've been learning on this thing, so, but we didn't have any program last week, as you said, so
Uh-huh.
I'm always listening, we are able to choose questions to ask.
Well, I'm not talking about the questions for the program. I'm talking about questions generally about how things going because my life has transformed. My life has transformed over the last how long? The last week. Over the last week, things have changed drastically in my life.
I too am going through some transformation also.
I, I Go ahead. I'm listening to you.
No, I just said I'm going through some transformation lately also.
Uh-huh.
A new style of living also.
A new style of living. What's that?
Yeah, well, I have a project that I'm doing, so I moved into that structure now. So it's domestic and commercial.
Okay, great. Well, I like to hear that domestic and commercial. It means upward mobility for you.
Yes, whatever I killed with the property tax.
Well, that is left to be seen what happens with that. But I was telling about my transformation. On the 30th of April, someone asked me to do a song for them, and I went into the studio a week after, recorded the song, and last week Thursday we released the video for the song, and it was blowing up on social media. And after that, I released it on radio on Thursday. And since then, the song has been going crazy.
What song is that? I must have that song.
Well, I'll have to send it to you. I thought maybe you got it and you ignore it.
No, this is hot news.
So my life has been transformed from being a sex educator and an entertainer in the adult sphere into a singing entertainer.
Artistic.
Yeah, I had a few radio interviews over the last couple of days.
Is that right?
Yes, I have a newspaper article is going to come out on Sunday, I think, on the Sunday Express.
Okay, I look forward to that.
And people have been asking me for a second tune. I thought they would hear one and be fed up with me. No, actually, it was a challenge. When the person asked me to sing this particular song, it's a difficult. It's a Hindi Bollywood. It's a Bollywood film song, an old Bollywood film song from I think it's from 1960, 62 around there. And it's a difficult song to sing. And when he asked me to sing it, I said, "Why are you choosing that song?" So he said, "It's a favorite of his mother, and he wants me to sing it." So I said, "Well, it is a favorite song of mine to sing for myself because I like the song." And going into the studio and working with two very professional guys, Rishi Ram and Rishi Mahatu from Maha Studios.
Yes, I know them.
Well, yeah, yeah, those are well known names. And when you're working with two professionals like that, you have to put out your best.
Of course, they don't accept less.
No, no, no. And when they were finished with me, they were both saying, "Well, let's go for the second one." And I'm like, "What? The first one isn't finished. Let's go for a second one." They say, "Yeah, you're ready for that." So,
Great.
as luck would have it, I had a second song in mind, and I told him, I said, "Well, actually, this is my favorite. This is my signature song that I normally would sing at family gathering and whatnot." And I sang it, and they were like, "Right, okay, let's put this on. Let's record it in a particular way, and it's going to be released next 2 weeks. No, today's what, the 16th, in 3 weeks' time."
Hey, hey, you go boy.
I'm,
I can't wait for you to send it to me.
I'm trying to see if I could do that now without losing what I'm doing here. Is there a way to get to send that to him? I'm trying. I'm trying. I I have another number. I message you at. Let me see if you'll get it. I'm just going to say hi, and if you get that hi, I'll be able to send it there for you. Well, I hope I could send it there for you.
I'm waiting, bro.
Because I did send you a message on that, but you did not respond. Okay, I'm just sending hi. Right. Tell me if you got it.
Yes, seems like I got it.
Sound like you got it. It sound like you got it.
Yes, yes, I did. I have
Right.
to add my contacts. Yeah.
Right. Just that's my main number actually.
Oh, okay, okay.
Let me see if I could send this to you. Where is it? So yeah, yeah, I found it. I found it. I found it. So let's see. It's 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Tell me if you got it.
Okay, I'm waiting.
It's downloading.
Yeah.
So it's all part and parcel of me being who I am, liking to entertain people, put myself out there in a different sphere and taking the challenge. It's very challenging, but it's right. You got
Fun,
it.
man.
You got it.
Yeah.
You got it. So when I start talking, you can take a look at it and come back in and let me know what you think.
Okay, I will. I will. I will.
So let me ask you, Angel, you have any particular topic you want me to talk about? Any particular question?
Hmm.
Choose one of your questions there.
Is it normal to be hypersexual after sexual assault?
Yes, it's not normal, but some persons become hypersexual after a sexual assault because of the trauma, because of what the body has undergone, and um, the not getting proper counseling, things like that can cause you to be hypersexual. So it's one of the byproduct of a sexual assault for some women. Some women are totally turned off of sex, but some women they do become hypersexual. So it's a good question that some persons don't understand the ramifications of going through something like that and not having proper counseling and guidance thereafter, having someone to really work with them and get into the get into that realm where you are traumatized, but you have someone to help you to work through that trauma
Okay.
and help you to deal with it. You see, dealing with the trauma of a sexual assault takes many different avenues, one of which is the psychological part of it. So when some women tend to become promiscuous because they blame themselves for the assault. So they lose their self-esteem and their values. And because you're losing your self-esteem and your value, you think that I could be promiscuous, I could do whatever I need to do sexual, and it doesn't matter to anybody.
I never thought about it like that. I thought of it, they become hypersexual because, how to say it?
Say
They
it, however you want to say it. We'll discuss it. It's a good discussion to have.
I feel like they become hypersexual because they are in denial of what really happened.
That could be a valid point. And yes, like I said, if they don't have proper counseling and if they don't have guidance, they would be in denial because they're trying to erase this. And the sexual part of it, not the assault, the sexual part of it may overpower them. So you're right.
And I think it has a lot to do with when that situation occurs, everybody always turns to blame the woman. What was she
Well,
wearing?
that's what
What
I'm
was,
saying.
yeah.
The woman tends to blame the woman. It's not only society and other persons that going to blame the woman, but the woman blames herself because she's telling herself, well, if I didn't walk down that street, I wouldn't have gotten assaulted. If I didn't wear this particular clothing, I wouldn't have gotten assaulted. But you have to understand the mindset of someone who's a rapist. Rape is a crime of violence and it's a crime of opportunity. So if you find yourself in a environment where a rapist is prowling, whether you have on an armor suit or a sexy dress
Mhm.
or a short skirt, it doesn't matter. He's going to assault you. He's going to beat you. He's going to cuff you. He's going to blood your nose to get you to take your clothes off because he wants to degrade you in the worst possible way with violence, and sex is violence for him. So he's using his penis as a weapon. Yes, it is pleasurable for him because that may be the only way he can get sexual pleasure. But at the end of the day, it is a crime of violence. And it's an act of violence against the, the, the person. So no matter what you have on or had on, it didn't matter. Because as I said, you could have on a body armor. He's going to rip it off. He's going to do everything to get you to get it off because he wants to degrade you in the worst possible way. So when women start thinking that I am responsible for the assault that was done on me, no, you're not. You just happen to be in the wrong place
The wrong
at the
time.
wrong time. With the person being there looking for a prey, he's a predator and he's looking for a prey. And his prey is any woman. It could be a granny, it could be a young girl, it could be a child, it could be a woman who's pregnant. They don't care.
And a lot of people they think that when women are sexually assaulted or raped, they moan and they think that they are enjoying it, but they don't understand that it's a natural thing for a
It's
woman.
natural for women to get
Yeah.
wet and to make sounds when they are in a sexual situation. A sexual assault will cause you to do all that is natural for your body to do. So you will get wet and you will moan, but it doesn't mean to say you like what is being done to you. Right. Now, let's take the fantasy of rape. If you and your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or your husband or whoever decide that you're going to play a rape fantasy,
Hmm.
right? You will react it as being overpowered and whatnot, but you know in your mind that this is not an assault. It's a rape fantasy. It's not an
Foreplay.
assault.
Foreplay. We see that
Right.
as foreplay.
So there's a big difference. An assault is a violation of you, your person, and your private space. So when a person finds themselves in such a situation, they have no say. So if you're going to blame, and again, with proper counseling and somebody who's understand their situation, they can overcome that. They're not going to forget it, but they can learn to live with the fact that this has happened to me, and I must do everything in my power to fix me. Meaning, I shouldn't blame me, but I should fix me in terms of the trauma that comes. You see, when a man decides to go out there and sexually assault a woman, it's not only at the moment they're being assaulted, it's for the rest of their life.
Because the woman
So you're
always
destroying
remembers.
you're
Yeah.
destroying their psyche, which is something that, you know, I I think that person when they do those things, it's sickening. David, you're there? So today a question was asked. Well, not today. During the week a question was asked of me, and I answered it today on TikTok about making love to your wife and she is not having orgasm as she should or she would have had in the past. Now you have to understand that the changes in a woman's body throughout time as she ages causes her to react differently to sex. So if a woman is young and she's into her partner, her boyfriend turned husband, fiance turned husband, her body and herself, she's going to react differently. But as she ages, have children in the relationship, her body changes. So she's not going to react the same way as she gets older. But some guys remember the fun times that we used to have when you was 22. Now you're 32, you're supposed to be acting the same way or enjoying sex the same way. But the sex was different for you psychologically and emotionally and physically. So a woman body changes because of aging and because of the situations that she finds herself in. So when she finds herself in a particular situation, for example, she might be a working mother, a working wife. So she comes home and she's tired. But she still have to take care of the husband, take care of the child, and take care of the home. So she may not react to you sexually when you want her to react to you. So that's going to affect you. And that's going to affect the relationship. But it's going to affect how she reacts to whatever is being done. So she may not be experiencing the same sexual feelings that she had when she wasn't working. So some guys would think that the wife is having an extramarital affair because she's not enjoying sex, or she's not having an orgasm because she's no longer interested in you. But it might be something that is different in terms of the fact that here you have this person who is a different individual because she has aged. She's a different person. She's going to react differently. And it's the same thing with men. Men, as they age, their sexual being changes. So if you think a man should ejaculate every time he has sex with you, some men learn not to ejaculate. And it's difficult for them to ejaculate. So if you think that the man is not ejaculating because he has somebody else, well, that's the first thing that comes to a person's mind. When there's changes in the sexual relationship with your partner, the first thing that comes to your mind is there's infidelity that's causing that. And it may not be so. Therefore, if you think that every time your partner changes, it's because they're having an extramarital affair or they have someone else, that's the wrong way to think about it. It's not the reality of the situation. So as we age and we become more entrenched in our relationship, more years have developed in our relationship, time has gone by. What happened? Things are going to change. That's why as persons age with one another, they marry 25, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, their relationship dynamics, the dynamic of their relationship changes, and they don't need sex or they don't engage in sexual intercourse as often because it's not something that is as important as when they were younger. But it doesn't mean to say they don't love one another and they don't want to have sex with each other. But the dynamic has changed.
And also, it could be with the energy as well that it takes to have sex. The way that you would have sex when you are younger wouldn't be the
Correct.
same as when you are older.
Correct. An aging individual, stamina level changes, the ability to do certain position changes, the bones hurt, right? The muscles become tighter,
Back
the
hurts.
back hurts,
Cramp happens.
cramp happens, right? You're listing everything like you're going through that one. I know you're a young lady, but I didn't expect you to go through that already.
It does happen.
It has happened.
Mm-hmm.
It happened to
Not
you.
to me though.
It happens more often now. So those things do happen. Um, Aging is always a challenge with people. There's always the individuals that are going to be thinking differently as they mature. Aging brings about reason also. Aging also brings about changes in your physical structure. So if you're slim Now you may not be as slim when you turn 45. So therefore your movements are restricted. The things that you can do or used to do, you can no longer do it.
True.
Hope you're not having those problems.
No, I'm not having this problem.
You know, I talk to my patients and I talk to persons who are my age. And when you reach 40, there is such a dynamic change in the body and the way you feel. I don't know. Well, I should say I do know that your body biology changes between 39 to 40, 40, 41. But on your 40th birthday, the next day you are going to get up with some different aches and pain. And you're like, what the hell? Where did that come from? And thereafter, every 5 years, the intensity of those aches and pain, it gets worse. So, like me, which I've gone through 45, 50, 40, 40, 45, 50, 55, and now I'm 60. Every 5 year period, there has been some serious changes. Serious changes. And you feel it. You feel it in your body, you feel it in your behavior, you know, you feel it all wrong. You wake up in the morning and it's like, oh God, where did that pain come
It
from?
just hits you all at once.
Yes, it just hits you. It's like your body biological clock is telling you, hey, this is a reminder, happy 60th birthday. So I expect when you get to 65, when you get to 70, 75, 80, for those who are lucky enough to reach that age with a healthy body, that you are going to have challenges with pains and aches and strains and discomfort. But it's the body's aging process. Now, with the aging process, there's also things that change within us sexually. The woman changes, and because we don't mesh with age, it's very rare that you'll find two individuals meshing, their age mesh being the same age, and their sexual life meshes the same way. Very rare. Because two persons aging together, a man and a woman, they do tell you that women, for example, women mature much faster than men, young men,
Yes.
right? But it's not only that. As you get older, women also tend to mature sexually in a different way from men. And if you ask most men, they'll tell you, yes, I like sex. It's not whether you like sex or not. It is what your maturity level are when it comes to sexual intercourse and what you are capable of doing or not doing. And as you age, you'll find that the woman becomes more sexual, the majority of them, and the man becomes less sexual, the majority of men, not all. And there's always the exception, and there's always the demographics of persons that would not have those challenges. Percentage of people that falls into that bracket automatically. Why are you smiling like that? You're looking forward to the aging process?
No, because I think I already fallen in that bracket.
Which one? Not
No, with sexual feelings increasing.
increasing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I said. With women, it's like that. So to find the age of a man who would have the same drive as you would have, that's why a lot of older women will look for a younger guy because their sex drive is so high. They want someone who could keep up with them sexually. They want to also nurture that person. So some women, their sex drive increase exponentially as they age. So you may be your age now, but 10 years from now, with your aging process, and again, it has to do with your race, your mixture, your bloodline, your family, there is going to be a change. There's going to, well, now you will be thinking about if your family like that too. But yes, there are changes that takes place. There are women who become more sexual and more enthusiastic about sex, and there are those who don't. All you need is a partner to keep up with you, and you'll be happy. So the women out there, that's the very same thing that they need. They need to have a partner to keep up with them sexually, to do the thing sexually that is going to move them forward. That that person could keep up with them and move forward with them. But it's not an easy part,
True.
especially when you have men who are going through andropause and men who are living in Trinidad, where we burn the candles at both ends and in the middle, and we expect to have a healthy sex life. Most men, they don't tell you the truth. Most men will tell you that, yes, I'm all right sexually when they're not. Most men will tell you that.
That's just, their pride token most of the time.
Pride and ego.
Yes.
Pride and ego. It does that. So it's, at the adult therapy center, when people come to the adult therapy center, there are questionnaire that they have to fill out. And after they fill out the questionnaire, they come and sit in front of me. And not looking at all the aspects of the questionnaire, but extracting certain things. There are pertinent questions that you'll ask the individuals. And sometimes they don't answer on the questionnaire. So you have to now get into their background by asking them questions to get the right answer, to get an honest answer, not the right answer, an honest answer. And when you do get all the answers, you realize that sometimes you don't mesh with what they put on the form.
Some of them, they feel ashamed to say what they're experiencing because they feel like they would be judged. But
yeah, that's a common thing.
yes.
That's very common. But then again, if that happens and you realize where that this person is not giving you all the answers, you still try to assist. And as the person become more comfortable with you, they open up more. So it's part and parcel of the whole aspect there. That's the psychological part of getting into being a sex therapist and a sexologist. The psyche of the individual has to be worked out, and you have to let the person be comfortable enough that when you ask them questions in the future, those that they fail to answer or those that were answered incorrectly, you get a correct answer. That's where the challenge lies. But most men would not give you all the information. Most of them will hold back. Um, and they hold back sometimes simple things that could be very helpful
With
in
the
their treatment.
treatment, yeah.
Like today, I came across that a person did not tell me one particular thing until today. And when the person told me that, I said, "Why didn't you tell me that at the very beginning? Because this will affect everything, even the treatment that you're taking." Well, I thought I mentioned it to you. I said, "No, there's no notes of this on the way anyway in my on your file. And once something like this is mentioned, it will be noted because it's important." Certain health issue, not taking care of your cholesterol levels, diabetes, hypertension, other ailments, ailments of the nervous system, circulatory system, glandular problems. All these little things add up. All these things are part and parcel of what you're going through. One of the things I've found, well, we just went through COVID,
Yes.
and a lot of persons was taking certain types of vaccine. They experiencing sexual dysfunction, male and female. Now, I don't know if there's a direct relationship to taking a COVID vaccine and sexual dysfunction because the scientific information is not there yet.
I feel like everybody body's is everybody body is different, so
Yes.
it would the effects would be different. The way that the vaccine affected you may not affect the another person the same way.
Well, there is a trend when you're looking at the trend with individuals who have not had a sexual dysfunction before, and suddenly they're developing a sexual dysfunction, or they have a sexual dysfunction, and you ask them about taking the vaccine, you realize there's a correlation. How deep that correlation is, I can't say yet. Needs a lot more investigation and a lot more input from other persons in the practice to tell you, well, this is what's happening. Worldwide, not only locally, but worldwide. So those are the challenges we face. The stress of everyday living that also causes that level of dysfunction among individual. The the family life that you have, the relationship you have with your spouse, those who have spouse and girlfriend, the relationship you have, and juggling both of them, or juggling two and three different relationships.
May be difficult.
It is very difficult. Some men do it very well, but the majority don't. The majority of the men out there don't. And again, it's what the woman wants out of the relationship. What the woman wants out of the relationship, that is what is going to happen. So the challenge there is, how much do I put out? How much do I give of myself in the relationship to make it work? That's the challenge. And putting out, but managing whatever you put out, or managing the whole situation with you and your partner. You have a next question?
Um, why do women and men as well, because some men do it too, feel the need to fake orgasms?
Well, a man cannot fake an orgasm. You cannot fake an ejaculation. Because if a man is ejaculating, he ejaculates. They could fake, a man could fake the intensity of whatever is happening by the bone and groan and saying, oh God, baby, this is the best thing, but it's not. You could fake that. But time to ejaculate, the penis has to throb and you must ejaculate. Something has to come out of the penis. So you cannot fake that. For the men who can have orgasms, they can fake the orgasm and not ejaculate. But why would you want to fake an orgasm when it's such an intense feeling that men would have, and they will know when they're going through it and they want to explode, but they know they're not going to ejaculate? On the other hand, with women, women fake orgasms for many different reasons. One, the satisfaction in the relationship. They may not be comfortable in the relationship anymore, and they may not want to let their partner know that, hey, you are cutting it. So they fake.
Yeah, but I feel like communicating with your partner would help them, solve the problem and fix the situation instead of you just pretending and faking the whole time.
But there's some people who like to fake. There's some people who like to lie, There are persons out there who like to lie. They lie and they get so caught up in their lies that it becomes part and parcel of their everyday living. So if you are lying to your spouse about things in general, lying in bed is second nature, because you enjoy telling tales. You enjoy creating this false persona of yourself. And there's some women who get off on that also. I faked my orgasm last night. And it's like a badge. It might be something that to punish the man, whatever reason. You do it. Have you ever faked an orgasm? Be honest here.
Yes, I have.
You faked an orgasm?
For reasons.
Okay.
You didn't want to make the situation uncomfortable and you didn't want to make the person feel bad. So,
You fake.
yes.
Did the person realize you fake it? So you're a good actress.
Most men can't tell when a woman is really orgasm. orgasm.
Having an orgasm.
Yes.
Correct. That's right. That's right.
So when you're faking, it's easy to fool them sometimes.
You're right. I can't dispute that. You're right about that because it's very easy for a woman to fake an orgasm.
Mhm.
What?
Why that facial expression?
I was going to say something, but I decided not to. No, because there are telltale signs for a man if he's with a woman that will tell him that this woman is going to a different level sexually. And once you pay attention to those things, you'll know if the woman is faking or not. So sometimes you know the woman is faking and you're like, okay, let's fake them. No big deal. That's why the face.
And a lot of men as well pertain into that same situation. A lot of men watch porn and see the girls, acting because they are actors and actresses.
Of course, they're talent.
And they think that that is real life situation. Some men, not all men. So they get fooled by that as well.
The problem we face is that we live in a modern society with a lot of devices, and persons think that what they see on a porn is real. I'll tell you something. The majority of women, and I'm saying this openly, the majority of women who project themselves on TikTok or whatever, they don't look like what you see.
Mm-hmm. Instagram as well.
Well, yeah, social media platform.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen women put up pictures on Facebook, and I know them personally.
And
I say,
like
you ain't looking like that. Because I know them personally. I know this is not how you look.
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of women use filters and edit their pictures to look a certain way because of the whole social media dynamic of what is, how to say it,
Acceptable.
society standards of beauty and your standards of beauty.
Well, then you have low self esteem if you do that because you're altering yourself to project out there to fool who? You're fooling yourself because you, the person out there thinks that how you look.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's say you post up a picture of you natural as you are, very pretty, sexy, beautiful woman. Somebody looks at you and say, "Wow, she nice. I'd like to get to know her." How could I get to know her? They start searching all your social media. They're looking for hints, and suddenly you take out a picture with a car, but the car number is showing. So a smart person will go and look up the car number, and they say, "Oh, this is Sheila. She lives in so and so." And they do a drive by the house, and they see the car number. Back up there, say, this is where Sheila lives. To go in the car and suddenly you know what Sheila looks like.
Mm-hmm. Which is
Right?
not the same.
No, which I'm describing somebody who's really beautiful. And you're taken back, you think, wow, she's really pretty boy. Look how nice she look and whatnot. This is a real person. The person now who fakes everything and put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
They fake the way they look, their structure, everything. They must spend hours doing that to change those things up. Because it's not easy to just change those things up. Unless you're using ChatGPT, I know you could change anything. Right? But that didn't exist a year ago. So you have now a person who's looking incredibly perfect, and suddenly you encounter the person somewhere, and then the person, you realize that she looks like the person who you think was, or there's a similarity, or she tells you, "Hey, I'm so and so person on social media. You just follow me, man. I see that," and you're like, "You're the same person," and you want to die. You realize that the person that you're seeing and this other person is two different persons. What does that do? You're only fooling yourself when you put out that image out there.
True. And some people as well as you were saying before, with somebody being actually beautiful, some people actually think they will look at their profiles and be like, no, this is a fake profile.
Yeah,
This person doesn't exist. And that happens a lot, especially with me.
I'm sure
People,
that will happen with you. Because
people,
if you put a picture out there,
hmm
given your skin tone, your beauty, everything about you, somebody said, nah, that can be, she can be real.
somebody, a lot of people message, be like, are you from here? Are you, you can't be from Trinidad. You wasn't born in Trinidad.
I had another personal assistant that anywhere she go, people used to call her out for some other country. And she used to get mad.
Yeah, I get mad because
Yeah.
a lot of people mistake me
Yeah.
for,
Yeah. I know what it is
from,
mistaken for, yeah.
yes, a lot of
And the
people.
same thing used to happen to her, and she would get mad. As a matter of fact, I was with her once when somebody did ask her if she's from there, and she's like, no, I'm Trinidadian.
No,
And she said in the best Trinidadian twang.
but sometimes you just have to stop explaining because there are people that want to argue with you and be like, no, you lying, you're not from here. And
It's
it
the same thing with
happens.
me. When somebody sees me and they ask me my age and I tell them I'm 60 years of age, they're like, nah, you can't be. You joking, man. I need to see your ID. I'm like,
Yeah.
if
Well,
I tell you
yeah,
I'm 60, what? You feel I'm 30, 39 and say I'm 60?
true.
Right? But I know for the woman, there's much more of a challenge. For me, it might be 1 in 10,000 giving you that challenge. With women, it's 1 in 10. So it's much more challenging with women because people have an expectation.
Some people actually try to video call you on social media platform just to see, let me see your face. I want to know if you're real, just to make sure that they're not being catfished or anything like that.
You get that a lot?
A lot. A lot of people random hours in the night, especially on Facebook Messenger. People be calling and I don't even talk to them.
Well,
I
don't
don't
answer.
I don't
Do like me, I don't
answer.
answer. I don't know you, I'm not
In
going to
my
answer you.
mind I'm thinking, what is wrong with people? Why
I think if you're going to video call someone, you should ask the person's permission. Because you don't know where I am. I might be in the toilet. What the hell you video calling me for? I might be going taking a shower. What are you video calling me for?
Exactly.
I might be in bed. What are you video calling me for? Now, if my grandson video call me, I will take it anywhere because I'm my grandson, and I will talk with him. And he likes to be shirtless, and I'm always shirtless home, right? So I know he likes that. I'm like that. So that is okay. That's my grandson. But somebody else video calling you, it's not okay. Unless, of course, you're sexting the person wants to see, which I don't do. That's not me. I don't do that. I don't want to. I don't want to sext and those things. What's going on there?
I'm not sure.
Could you find out, please? Yeah. So when persons are creating those images of themselves, especially if you want to get into an intimate relationship with someone, that could be problematic because what you're doing there is that you are creating a false image. And with that false image, it could lead to problems. Everything okay? Oh. It could lead to problems with you and the person who you're meeting or who you're going to be with. And again, men are so visual that if we see a particular look, shape, we already turned on, And if the person doesn't meet that look and shape, it's like, but do they have? I'm asking you this question because I honestly don't know. Do they have something that really make women slimmer?
Yes, they do. It's an app where they Photoshop their pictures, and what it does, it has one that makes you look younger, which removes wrinkles and those types of things, and also one that enhances your facial features. So
Tell me what it is. You have to start using it. I want to enhance my face. What? I don't have any wrinkles.
they use it. That's mostly because women want to portray a certain look.
All right, the portrayal. But if you want to get into an intimate relationship with somebody, don't you think that if you, okay, it's like It's like you selling me uh, a mango that is looking really nice and juicy, and it's nice and rosy and red, and it's looking nice, and inside it's all soft.
Mhm. Well, I think
It's
if you
different.
another example, it's like okay, so when fast food franchises are advertising whether it is
Oh
a new
yeah.
sandwich,
Oh God. Oh God.
it's
Is the
never
is the
the
best
same
sandwich you could ever
one.
see with a big chunk of meat with lettuce
Exactly.
and tomatoes and everything looking good. Tomatoes.
Yeah.
I seen it like an American. Tell us that. And when you go and buy it, where is the one in the picture?
Exactly. It's the smallest thing that you can ever see with the least amount of ingredients.
Yeah.
So
False advertising. Right, that's false advertising, right?
yeah.
So the woman who portrays herself in a particular way and she's not like that, isn't that false advertising?
Yes, it
All
is.
right. There should be a charge for that.
And some of them, when people tell them about it, I is not only Trinidadians, but some people
All
could
over
be
the world.
disrespectful online. But some people, when they tell others about it, they take it as well. Once you say it in a normal way, it's understandable. But other ways is being disrespectful. They will tell the person, you don't need to do this and that. You're naturally beautiful. You don't need to feel insecure about yourself, and they would take it as offense or the person attacking them in a way and make a big situation out of it. But nobody's
That's when
attacking
you're
you.
insecure because a lot of women out there have insecurities. They have low self esteem, right? And they think they need. I know persons who go on to these social media platform and use a name that is not even their name, but they use a name to give them a name with a title that is well known,
Hmm.
right? So you when you see that title, it's like, oh, you're one of you actually that one of that person's family,
Hmm.
but you're not.
They just have that.
But that is madness, and,
Yeah.
and it's getting worse every single day. But my biggest disappointment is when because I'm all over Trinidad.
Also, pertaining to that as well, they don't only use a different name, they also use pictures that are not them. Some people actually do that.
Well, wasn't there a big
Well,
uproar about a month ago,
yes.
2 weeks ago about roti, the paratha roti? Somebody stole somebody picture of a paratha roti.
uh,
What's the big deal?
but the thing is, like this happened to me probably like 3 times with probably from like last year January, where somebody used my pictures that I had on my social media and created a page, as well as created that OnlyFans with my bikini pictures, and I was like,
Oh, so you have an OnlyFans?
that is not even mine. And the person was using my bikini pictures for it, and
Wait, you
people
have bikini pictures out there and you never showed me? But what trouble is this, boy?
and people would like follow the page and stuff and be like, this is you. No, that is
So
not me.
every time you post up pictures after that, they'll take it and put it on there.
Yes. And I don't understand why, use your
Well,
picture.
that is stealing to begin with. That is dishonesty. That is you projecting false advertising again. Total false advertising. But anytime you want, you can show me the bikini pictures and things like that. Show me
I
your
was
OnlyFans page.
I don't just want let me see if I could
You
find
have
it
an
back.
OnlyFans page?
I don't have it. The person has it, but
It's a joke. It's a joke.
there's a link on their profile.
So when you get them,
Well,
they make dates with people and what that?
they actually, well, they don't post what you're supposed to be posting on OnlyFans because they have nothing to post because they pretended to be somebody else. So what they would do is post bikini pictures, and they would older men, as you'd say now, sugar daddies. They would have to pay to have a conversation with who they think is me they having a conversation with. But
Oh,
it is
okay.
not me. You could be talking to another man on the other side, but it is
So
not.
you're typing the conversation.
Yes,
It's not.
typing.
It's
It's
not
not
talk.
video. No.
Ah.
And it's like probably like 100 US to have a conversation. So yeah.
All right.
So when I saw that, I was like, maybe I should start.
Well, why don't you?
In due time. In due time.
You should. Why should you let somebody make money off of you when you could be making money off of yourself?
Exactly.
So, you're going to post up pictures, little revealing pictures about that.
I might, but with a ski
You,
mask, of course.
you brave enough to do that?
I will be, yes.
Okay. I'm looking at you differently now. Everybody will be okay with that.
Nobody will know it's me if I have a ski mask on my face.
Yeah, but in order to attract the guys, you'll have to show your face in your sexy bikini.
Well, actually, on OnlyFans, what you could do is it have certain selections that you could pick where everybody you could select certain countries that you do not want to see your pictures or your profile. So you could block out the entire Caribbean and everybody else in the world could see what you look like and those types of things.
Ask the next question. You have me baffled and confused here.
Okay. So let's say that your partner likes sex one way and you like it another way. How do you go about telling him or her what you like sexually without them getting defensive? How to start that conversation?
Conversation about sex is always something that can cause offense to take place.
Mm-hmm.
And once a person feels they're offended, they become defensive. Right? So you must be able to manipulate the situation to get what you want. Manipulation come from verbal, it could come from the actual act, it could come from getting particular movies and playing that part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, I know one or two clients that I've had that wants to experience same-sex relationship, women.
Yes.
So they're married. So the husband is looking at porn, they're looking at porn with the
Mm-hmm.
husband and whatnot. And they will come up, I heard the name of so and so porn. One of my girlfriend was talking about it. Let's look at it. But in it has a lesbian scene.
Mm-hmm.
So she know where the scene is and everything because she has seen it already. And she's gauging how the husband is going to react to it.
Yes.
And then she brings up the conversation. So he's reacting in a positive way to the two women making love. And she's like, oh, that looking interesting. I wonder what that feels like. And he's like, you want to try it? You want to try it? And she's like,
That's
I
the
wouldn't
thing.
mind.
You don't ask them directly.
Well,
You get
right.
certain
Well,
hints.
right. So you bring it
Mm-hmm.
up in a situation like that and you ask the question, or you don't ask the question, you let them ask you the question.
I actually did that the other day. And that almost a similar situation to bring it up.
Bring up which one?
Huh?
Which one?
With having a threesome.
And what happened?
But I wanted, I didn't say that I wanted, but I just needed to see how my significant other would react to it. And well, I actually was like, you know what? I was like, we never really, deep dived into our past and who we was with and those type of things. And he kind of gave a hint that, you know, he liked a little bit of Gill and Gill action. So I was like, okay. I was like, well, I've been with Gills before. So he was like, really? He was like, so he was like, I want to ask you something, but don't get vexed. I was like, I wouldn't get vexed. You go ahead and ask. And he was like, you want to try a threesome, but you would have to choose a girl. I say, let me switch it up. I was like, how about you choose a woman? Because me and my significant other, I'm not one of those girls that get insecure and those type of things and over things and have trust issues. So I was like, you find the person because you might have a little more, flirt in you than me.
Right.
So
He might have more of the ability to do that.
yes.
Right.
So yeah, sometimes you don't ask directly to, for them to jump on.
They waited to hear if he decided to do it or not.
Yes, he did. He did decide to do it.
So you got somebody for you already?
He's sorting that out. So
Sorted it out.
it's going to be an adventure, you know. 'Cause it's something that
But
was
you have had
supposed
past
to try.
experience with that.
Yes,
He
I
and
have.
he now knows that.
Yes, he now knows that I
He's gonna
do.
have fun. I'm sure he's gonna have fun. He's gonna maybe you come and share it with us. Next question.
Okay, so there's, I don't know if some of the listeners would be comfortable with this question, but is having sex on your period healthy, or could it be a bad thing? Could there be certain effects from
Okay.
doing that?
Some persons, because of their religion, thinks that it's not a good thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Some persons they have been conditioned to think, or they have read, or they have heard from an older person, another person, that it's it's not healthy to have sex on your period. It's bad for you. There are a number of things that can happen, and some of it is false. Most of it is false.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad to have sex on your period. Once your partner is okay with it, you can have sex on your period, and you're not committing a sin. But in some instances, person will tell you, yes, you are. It's like it's like this. They say a woman is unclean when she's on her period.
Which is
Well,
I.
let me ask you a simple question.
Mm-hmm.
If you walk out of here now, you're not on your period,
Mm-hmm.
and you go outside in the hot sun, and you walk around, and you go out the road, and you come back in, won't you be sweaty?
Yes.
Right? Won't you have dead skin cells on you?
Yes, you would.
Right. You go on your shower,
Mm-hmm.
you come out of the shower, you're sweating because the body heat is a bit high because of being outdoor. So you dry your skin properly and whatnot. 10 seconds after, don't you feel you're still shedding dead skins?
Yes,
So,
and sometimes
are you
after
unclean?
that,
No, but are you unclean?
no.
No, you're not unclean. Having a period is a natural thing for a woman to go through. It's natural. Now, there is blood,
Mm-hmm.
right? There is specks of solid matter in the blood because the lining of the womb is shed. That's what you're doing. So, for some individuals, they grossed out by that. And being grossed out by it, some men, if they're grossed out by it, they'll say, well, that is clean. You shouldn't be doing that. But it's up to the individual to determine that. But there are some women who are extra horny during their period and they want to engage in that situation of having sex.
That's actually when your sex drive. Well,
Some women,
yeah.
it's highest.
For me, speaking personally, that's when my sex drive is the highest.
Okay, you'll write down when is the period. Eh? You'll chart it. So when we're doing program, we'll know when is the period, so we'll know what to do. Hey, Gadi, how you doing? So, yes, for some individuals, because of religion, because of culture, because of the way they have been conditioned, they think that it's unclean to have sex during your period. For some persons, the hell was it that? Let's have sex. It's sex.
Mhm.
That's what it is. It is the act of sex. So there are fetishes. You can have a fetish to have sex during period. Period sex to some persons is something that is wonderful. And for some individuals, that when that period finished, then we go have sex. You know, many times I've had clients who's
Just like a
supposed to be
shower.
having sex, who's supposed to be having sex because they're on treatment. And well, we didn't have sex for the last 2 weeks because my wife on she period, and they kind of apologizing. So you know that they have an aversion to having sex during period. It's like, so period is stopping from having sex?
That's a disappointment.
I know what woman is people real money during the
Well, we
period.
were just talking about that,
Yeah, call me Count Jackla.
right? You could actually have a good sexual experience, especially because the woman. And remember, it's not all bloody all the time.
There's a lot of people, men I know, they say it's too messy. It's like they tried yet. Now I hear a man say, "Well, that's really
Right.
messy."
You're
But
here, but have you tried it with your partner? Right. Now, there's some women whose discharge has a high odor because of their body, the way they take, their poor personal hygiene or their bad diet. So that could be a turn-off. But generally, if you're comfortable with it and your partner is comfortable with it, by all means, go ahead and do it. And it's a question for radio. We have addressed that many times on Sexplosion. Many times. It's something that I've addressed many times. There are persons who will call and criticize me for saying it because they take the religious part of it and they criticize you based on that. Some person may criticize you based on the fact that it's somebody that it's an old wife tale.
Personally,
Religion or not, what goes on with me and my partner in my bedroom, that is my business and my. So
Yeah, but it has to do with your religious belief, eh? Not religion or your religious belief.
well, I don't see it.
that a married couple business is their business.
I don't see it as being unclean because the whole reason for that is to, reproduce, give birth.
No. Well, not with a period.
Not with a period, but that's the whole point of your period.
It is simply a matter of personal choice. But if your partner is extra horny
Mhm.
during the period, and it's the best time to have sex because you're going to enjoy it the most.
I mean, if you don't want to put, if as a man you don't want to use your penis and go there, bring that time to bring the toys in.
Or
And you
use a condom,
Yes,
or
exactly.
use a hollow strap.
right? So, is that one of the things that you were discussing? we would, we would. You missed a nice part of the program where we were discussing some of the things, and she actually brought something out that I was hope she would invite us to come and take a look. You ever think about having an audience when you're doing it?
No,
No, honestly. You ever think about having an audience when you're actually with another woman?
Mm-mm.
It won't turn you on?
I feel like it would make me perform more.
Well, right, well, that is what we're driving at. If you think it's going to drive you more to do more, it's the ideal thing. Look, Kevin and I are here. We will gladly come and be part of the audience. We can put on a mask, You don't have to see me face, So you'll perform more, right? So whenever, just ask your significant other that if we have an audience, so
Our things with.
yeah, he might perform more too. You never know. Look at that when you get that job.
Ego thing, If we had to hype your ego up, we will have perform more better.
The woman says she'll perform more,
Including the ice in that.
Hmm?
The ice gonna be
Of
part
course. Ice.
You making my
Over that stuff.
imagination. You're making my imagination soar.
Whipped cream. Fruits.
Ah,
Some strawberries up inside of there, but
anything else?
Okay, so what about having sex in places like pools and rivers and those
All right.
type of
Again,
things?
you can have sex anywhere you choose to have sex. But I'll tell you something about having sex in running water.
Mm-hmm.
Running water is not has a lot of particles in it, irritants.
Yeah.
If you take up some seawater like this and hold it in your hand long enough and it dissipates and dries off, you'll find sand in it.
Mm-hmm.
You'll find little pieces of seashells and whatnot.
Actually, when you go in the beach, well, me personally, the kind of bathing suits that I wear is very revealing.
First of all, she talked about her bikini. Now she talking about her bathing suits being very revealing. Where the hell you just be? When you go into these places, why don't you send a message? Dr. Raj, I'll be at Maracas Beach at 11 o'clock wearing a sexy bikini. Come see.
Sometimes sand end up in places you don't think it will end
Right.
up.
So with running water will cause, if you're having sex in running water, as a matter of fact, there's a slushing movement and you're actually pumping water into the vagina.
Oh, okay.
And the urethra. It will get into your urethra and irritate you. But you can have sex anywhere. So, even with a penis going in and out, and there's water creating a vacuum. When the penis is pushing in, the water will find a way to come out. Some of it will go into the urethra of the man. So, running water in rivers, a lake, and the beach is not advisable to have sex.
Okay.
But you can have sex anywhere.
So you know a pool.
A pool is fine because it's not running water and it's chlorinated water. Jacuzzi is fine too.
That's a
What do you
thing
wear to go in
too.
a jacuzzi?
Hmm?
What would you wear to go in a jacuzzi?
Well, my bikini is it comes like I'm naked because it's all tongues and strings.
Well, take it off.
She knows she wanted skinny dipping her butt.
No, take it off. If you're going into the you're going into the jacuzzi
Mm-hmm.
and you know that they're almost naked. You take out the word almost and I'm going naked. Have you ever tried going naked in a jacuzzi with all those bubbles and things and the
I'm
jets?
sure it will feel nice.
The
Really
jets.
nice.
I have seen women.
You should pull up on the chat.
I have seen women in orgies and things, and they get to the jacuzzi where the jets are, and they're moving for nothing. That jet hitting them in the hoo ha, and they're like, "Ooh, I'm not moving from here." Seriously, you know, they don't want to move. They get in an underwash.
It's the same thing with the shower head as well.
I wouldn't know about that.
Jacuzzi when you're chilling.
But jacuzzi jet does come out with pressure. The shower head doesn't come out with that well anyway.
A little
Is
bit.
that
A
why
little
you take?
bit.
Is that why you just come to work late because you take it long to bathe?
Think about it this way: the shower is like a vibrator. The shower is like a 2, 3 kind of vibration. The jacuzzi jet is a full 10.
So that's the reason why you come to work late because you're always showering and
I play the fifth.
okay. There's some truth to that. Hmm.
Okay, so what can a man do if his penis is bent way more than it should? The curve. What can he
If it came about because of a fracture,
Mhm.
Peyronie's disease, or any trauma to the penis, he has to act on it immediately. If you act on it immediately and you start doing all that is supposed to do, you can prevent it from curving. But once a penis starts to curve and there's a significant, it forms a C and it's going down,
Mhm.
it's very difficult to fix. There's surgery that you can use for it, but it's not always successful.
How do they even fix that? What do they do? Do they
Cut them.
refracture it?
You know, well, refracture, when your penis fractures, there's nothing to break back. There's no bone in your penis. There is no bone in your penis. Your penis has get hard like bone,
Mhm.
right? There's cartilage, kind of the
Mhm.
tubes. So that is what fractures.
Oh.
So it is not to break and fix back. What you have to do is strengthen one side and weaken the other side for it to pull back. It's a process. It's a process. It's a process. God, why are we talking about penis and fracture? I have had guys come in here. I remember one guy coming in here on a Saturday, could barely walk because the Friday night he fractured his penis. I felt so sorry for him, but we fixed it, and it's not 100% straight as it was before, but it's usable.
It's useful.
Some girls ain't a little bit, Leave it a little bit.
Some girls like it a little to the left, a little to the right. You know.
I wouldn't know. How would I know? I'm not some girl. I am listening to you because you are an expert being a woman. So I'm hoping to say, well, I like it to the left, I like it to the
I
right,
like it
I like
straight.
it up, I like it down, I like it deep,
Yeah,
shallow.
straight and deep.
Right.
You
Okay.
know.
Okay. Right. So we're getting a little more information. I'm writing that down. You know. If Junior was here, Junior would say, I writing that down. I'm making notes.
How do you increase your spouse sex drive?
First of all, if your spouse has a low sex drive, he or she must admit that they have a low sex drive and they want it fixed. And once they want it fixed, you can work with them to fix it. There may be some things that you need to do for the rebalance their hormones. There maybe some things that you need to do differently sexually. Sometimes you get bored with sex, like everything else. It's like if you have a favorite food,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot eat it every day.
You get tired.
You'll get fed up of it. It's the same thing with sex. I've heard people say, I love sex. I can have sex every day. Try having sex every day and see what happens.
Tired. You can't go no more.
Yeah, they could have sex every day, but are they having sex every day? They're not having it, so the thing they could do it every day.
You do fall into a routine, and like everything else with the human body, you are no longer stimulated. So you need something different for stimulation. So if let's say you and your partner in a relationship sexually, and your sex drive has dropped, and you no longer turned on, or you no longer have the drive that you used to have, your libido has dropped. It may be because of something that both of you are doing consistently and regularly that is working against you. And in your mind, you say, oh God, he kissed him on the neck again. He can't kiss somewhere else. In your mind, you say this in your mind. Guys, why you don't learn to suck a vagina differently, boy? No matter how much I'm telling you, he licking instead of stabbing that tongue inside it, which I like. Aren't you going to be turned off? So you need to change the routine. You need to change how you're doing things. Your partner need to be aware of those changes and do it.
And you need to know how to give directions.
Can you?
Well.
Like a Trini, you like go down so, and then you see this song so by the big tree, turn so, and then they say, you turn so.
But a little to the left, no, go back to the right. Yeah, right there. Yeah, right there.
Put your hand on top of my head.
Right there. I know that, you know. Right there. So when you hear righty, if I want to tell you righty, that's it. Okay, ladies, the guys, you hear that? Eh? If a woman tell you righty, that is the spot.
Don't change nothing. Whatever you're doing, and she say righty.
Don't move your head. Don't move. And just continue in that position.
You see, once you get a hand on top of your head, you know you're doing it wrong way.
So you just put your hand on top of your head and direct. I have a ball here, so it's like Velcro sometimes. Depending if you have the evening shade. You know, when you have evening shadow, like on your face, you have an evening shadow, and nighttime, I have an evening shade. So you hold it on. It's like Velcro, it's stick on your hand. You know, not the slide, you know. You know when a guy have he slick down and thing, and he put all the chemicals and thing in the hair and thing, and you do so, your hand will slide. But with me, there's no sliding. Your hand locked.
One grip, one like this.
But having sex is fun. And it shouldn't be monotonous. It should never be routine. It should be
like a chore.
No, anytime it becomes a chore, God, sex is no longer enjoyable.
That's why you need to switch it up a little bit, like you know, do some spontaneous things as well. You know?
Different places in the home instead of the bed all the time.
Home, in public.
On the side of the road,
you would have sex in public.
Nobody would know. That's the thrill of it. Nobody knows.
Wait. You're having sex in public. No, I want you to work this out with me.
Walk it through.
If you're having, by the mere insistence that or the mere saying that you're having sex in public, the public will be seeing you, right?
No, they don't.
Oh, you mean anonymously having sex in public?
Risky business.
That's
why
it's to wear dresses all the time. It's easy to.
Is that why?
And you see them, so them be whining on the party and things and taking it right in.
I'm learning something here, you know. Dress all the time, no pants.
Restaurant, water park. You know?
Okay, but if you're in a restaurant and you're having sex, you have to be close to one another, and somebody is going to see.
That's why you go in the back,
the cubicles, furthest away from the door, down in the corner, dark corner.
The one with the lights and all that now.
So wait. What about if the waiter or the waitress come along? What happens?
That's why.
Can I give all your story?
Yes. We don't want to do that.
You see what you have on there?
Yeah.
This is long.
This
right?
Is long?
Archangel and I and two other girls, we went to this very popular restaurant. I'm talking about really popular. It had just opened. And people were flocking this restaurant. So we went. there was a lounge area with a couch, two chairs, and a table. Archangel was sitting next to me, and two of the girls were sitting on either side, one on either side. The one closest to her, like this angel here, Archangel like her girls. So they flirting with one another, touching each other and whatnot. Archangel had on a blue spandex dress, and she's sitting like this is how she would sit, and the dress is right here, right here. So everything showing. The girl came to take the order, and she looked at Archangel, and Archangel is a beauty, and she's like, she couldn't talk. So I gave her the order, and she went. So Archangel makes sure that the drink she ordered had a cherry on it. This is no joke, This was about 7 o'clock in the evening. So the place have people. It's a Friday evening. No, it was a Friday evening. Yeah, Friday evening. When the drinks came, Archangel rocked back, push her butt a little forward. She had plenty more than what? And the skirt, the dress slid up a little further. She took the cherry and put it right on her clit. Just rest the cherry on her clit. And we in this restaurant, and I'm like, "What are you doing, girl?" She said, "Don't worry, I have something planned." So her friend, the girl who she's with, who she intends to take to bed, is sitting right next to her. And she told the girl, she said, "If you want my cherry, you have to take it with your tongue." In public.
What you just had to do was pretend you dropped something on the ground.
That is exactly what the girl did. You were the girl.
You was there. It was
No,
you.
that's what I would do.
That is exactly what she did.
Something on the ground.
The girl kept on bringing cherries. The waitress kept on bringing cherries.
She understood the
So,
assignment.
no, but Archangel said, "Would you like to have the cherry also?" She ended up leaving there with us.
Yeah, say less.
I'm sure she had
I never forgot that, boy. That is embedded in my brain and my memory for life.
Stuff of legends.
But you have to be brave to do something like that. Would you do something like that? Let me see if you can be an archangel.
I've done a lot.
You've done that?
A lot.
Well, I mean, she did say pretend you dropped something. Eh?
Oh yeah, basically just if you have the experience. But we missing out, we just be sitting down working so hard, going to work every day, and you doing all them things there, and you doesn't even tell you where you just be doing them things, girl.
Yeah, so we want to break from work too,
Yeah. We want to have the experience. I've had the experience, I have had that experience in 2002 or 2000. But it's foggy my brain now.
I can't remember. So it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
You hear about it?
Yeah. Let me see it again and refresh my memory.
These working people, June is Mental Health Month. We want to take a few mental days,
Father's Day is Friday. I mean, today's Friday. Father's Day is Sunday. Come on.
Holidays are long weekend.
Say sorry for we mature men who are fathers. Invite all the fathers to take a look. Tell them where we will be. So you'll actually do something like that.
I've done it. No, but not with the cherry and other things.
What did you do? Let me hear.
Enlighten us.
Okay,
I'm here to be educated.
The restaurant that we went to was, I wouldn't say who the person is. He is my significant other, but yeah, we went to this restaurant and it is one of those cubicles with completely closed up. So it's for, you could hear the person walking if somebody is coming. And what had happened was I wore a short dress, no panties,
Well, Archangel never wore panties.
Yeah, so what had happened was at first I was just, teasing him, rubbing my foot on it, doing all types of things.
Let's see how he does rub your foot on it. Let's see that. How you does rub your foot on it?
Just, put your foot right there.
Well, I thought you would do it. I lost all day, boy. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, and well, actually took okay, I ordered a chocolate mousse kind of thing, and I actually tell him to take it out. But the way the table is, the tablecloth was really long, so nobody could see. So I told him take it out, and he was like, "What you going to do?" He's like, "Not you're going to make us get put out." I said, "We wouldn't get put out," and I actually took it and dipped his penis in it and sucked it off. And the waitress came, but I got back up fast. She wasn't seeing nothing. And then I went around and I just, you know, I pretend like we was playing the food while playing, and I sat on it. She didn't think nothing of it. She just see it as a couple, just playing the food. So, and
I like your adventure. I like your adventure. You're exciting. So
and
anytime
then
people dying to see you because anytime they see you in that restaurant,
mhm.
they go in and tell about the food. So check it out there. Check it out.
And then too,
Nice
when
fella. Nice fella.
what made it torturous was when the waitress came. I would do that grip thing that females do. The females know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
To drive him
Let's go
mad.
grip. Let's repeat.
Mhm.
Oh, so you're one of those that are super.
Mhm.
Oh.
So, and there were
Okay.
times at the water park where it was public. Everybody was around, but nobody knew what we was doing because I don't have bikini, and as I say, my bikinis is with strings. So it just wasn't even much to pull to
Pull
the
aside.
side. And I sat on him and
So you pull
everybody.
aside and park.
Yeah.
That's what we call it. We used to call that pull aside and park.
So yeah, that's what
You
I
pull the
did.
underwear aside on your park.
And I just
Ah.
sat down there, and everybody we sat down there, everybody playing cards, drinking, and nobody even noticed. So I find that is a rush to me, doing spontaneous things. Simple.
All right. So remember water park. If you see her in the water park, forget the guy. Once you see her in the water park, follow her. Now, what else? I understand women who have that level of excitement because I could
And
tell you
we also did the thing that you don't recommend to do,
in water.
which is driving.
No, well, I would never recommend it. No, 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 no. It's too dangerous.
I know it's dangerous, but it wasn't
Don't
like
tell me on the highway.
no, it was not on the highway.
Oh.
It was like in like
Side street.
yeah, side street, main roads, those type of thing. But his car is tinted, so nobody was really seeing. And
I mean, that is about Tesla is only 200,000. Self-driving everything.
why are you rubbing your head?
In a car.
Yes.
No, I've had persons call me on the radio program already and tell me they're going down the highway right now and having sex.
And the horn going off.
Well, obviously it will go off because something is bouncing on it.
That's something anyway.
Yes.
That's something anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you something. You giving out all this your significant other listening?
No,
How you know that?
I know that because he's actually very busy. Yeah, he started doing something. And see what it is, because then people might figure it out and be like, I
They
know
will start stalking.
he started doing something, and well, that takes up most of his time right now. So he doesn't really have time to do anything, much less sleep.
So when you would have time to do all these things now?
Huh? Well, that's the thing.
See,
That's
set
the
up.
thing. Like, me personally, him being with me, he can't tell me no. Because I have a certain way about me that if I don't get it when I want it, we're going to have problems. Because that is not yours, that is mine. It's just on your body.
Don't be easy, you know. Don't be easy.
So
Wait, say that again.
that is not yours, that is mine, but it is just on your body.
So
but
if he
it's not
tells you the
yours.
same thing,
Huh?
if he tells you the same
Then
thing,
she gonna like it because she wants it. She's gonna say, yes, it is yours.
Yes.
Take it.
so if he tells you now that you have there is not yours, that is mine, but it's just on your body, what would you do?
I'm always offered anything I've never told my significant other no. Like I could be tired, sleeping, and he could be like, babe, I was some. I will get up out my sleep and do what I have to do.
Sleep will come later.
Yeah.
The energy that's come back.
You're the right woman. That's all you have to
Thing
count his
boring
lucky
day,
stars.
nothing boring across there. It's natural across there.
So you're always ready?
Always ready. I love sex. That could be, that's not a bad thing. Like, everybody
That's a
loves
good
sex.
thing.
Yeah. So,
That's a good thing. But you just said that he's super busy. So how do you keep up with it?
keep up with it.
How do you get that? Okay, I understand where you're coming from. I understand what you're talking about. But how are you able to get that drive going and have it going all the time and getting the satisfaction?
Okay, well, I just let him know. Like, yes, I understand.
Okay, well, let's say, okay, you're home with him, but
Mhm.
he's super busy with whatever he's doing,
Mhm.
and he cannot take a break from that. What would you do?
Distract him.
No, he cannot take a break from what he's doing.
Distract him. That's what I always do. Like, he would tell
She
me,
that good.
he would tell me, no, I'm doing work. I can't focus on the right now. But I would just like take my hands and rub on him and be like, why? I was like, I want to know. And he was be like, kill, I can't right now. But you could, you know?
Find a way. If there's a will, there's a way. Find a way.
Okay, so you're in that situation and he's not there. What would you do?
What would I do? Okay. First of all, I would keep myself, stimulated until he comes home. And then I would basically be all up on him. And he might say, babe, after bed, I just come home and say, I don't care about that. I love your natural scent. Yeah, right? We could bathe afterwards.
That is the woman.
And the thing is, though,
He'll leaving you for nothing.
he would say, he would be like, I can't take long. It's just a 5 minutes, and it ended up being 2 hours.
He could never leave her. If he leaves her, he has lost a treasure. Any man who has a treasure like that, you better be ready.
Then you said had a talk with him. People.
Say, honey, you're losing this, you are a deadly woman. Next question, please.
Okay, so.
I just heard the tone of voice that you used just now, and I realized that you don't stand a chance.
No, just a little kisses on the neck, rub on him, take off all your clothes, walk in front of him naked, those types of things.
With a body like yours. Question, please.
So this is the final. Well, actually, no. Okay, I have 2 questions. What are some tricks to blow his or her mind that you could explain to some of your viewers? What are some tricks that you could explain to females and males that they could do on their significant other to blow their mind?
Well, first of all, sometimes you explain something to persons and they go and they try it on the spouse and the spouse accuse them of having somebody else. Right? So you have to be very careful with those things. I've had situations where that has happened already. Sometimes the partner is turned off because you are suggesting something. But if you have a partner that is willing and appreciative of the fact that you want to introduce something new, things like, for example, as you said, having sex in different areas and different places and whatnot, having sex that is non-routine. So you don't have to have sex in the middle of the night. You don't have to have sex only when you go to bed. It could be sex in the kitchen. It could be sex in the living room while watching TV. It could be you're watching a movie and you feel like it, just sit on his lap and you have sex. So you do something different. But one of the things you should do is explore each other body by using different instruments. For example, nipple clamps, a vibrator, a whip, not to bring about pain, but bring about the sexual excitement. And this is when you start introducing things and that excitement builds, you'll find that you introduce more things into the relationship. If you're open enough to invite a third party into your relationship, by all means, just know who you're inviting and know the ramifications of it. And know how far you will allow the person to go. I have known persons who have gone into threesomes, and because their wife is enjoying it more than the other person, and this is normal. It's normal for let's say you and I are a couple, and we decide to have a threesome and invite him. It's normal for you to want to have more sex with him than me because we having sex all the time. But some people take that as you don't like me anymore. You enjoying him more. But it is something new. So understand that part of it. It's the same thing with a man with two women. Two women, sorry. So you with your significant other, but your significant other and another woman. So you are accustomed with your woman. You know everything that she likes, what she don't like, and what that. But here's somebody new. And which man wouldn't like to try somebody new? So it's the same thing. So all these things need to be discussed and all these things need to be understood if you're going to do something different. And that could make it very exciting. Or getting involved in an orgy, trying it out and see what it's like. But again, don't put restrictions on your partner. If you go in an orgy and you tell your significant other, well, I don't want to see you doing this and I don't want to see you doing that.
But that's the whole point of those types of things is to have fun, to do what you want to do, not to
Correct.
restrict anybody.
Correct. Correct. Don't be controlling. Next.
And the final question. What's your point of view on pubic hair on a woman's body? I know some men like it and some don't. Do you prefer your woman shaved or all natural?
Both.
Both.
Both. Some women at some time you want them shaved. Um, just the feel, the look, and at times you want to get that natural vagina with pubic hair. It don't have to be very long. It could be just there. It gives you a different touch. It gives you a different feel. And again, that is something different with the person. So it comes like, you know, a woman, an adventurous woman could be anything you want her to be. She could be a teenager. She could be a much older woman. She could be all of your fantasies. She could have a vagina that when you touch it, it's bare and it's pristine. And she can have a vagina that has pubic hair on it. That's just almost just past the point of being a stubble. And you like the touch and feel of that. So she's a different woman. Or she could have very long pubic hair. So that changed the dynamics of the person. So when I hear guys talking about, oh, the vagina have to be clean shaven, it's like, why all the time? Look for something different. It's like having sex only when the person is not on their period. If you have sex when the person is on their period, isn't that a different sex?
Yes.
All right. So my answer to that would be both.
Have fun with it.
Now, if you're having oral sex with the person and you keep getting hair stuck down your throat, or you have to pull out hair from your teeth, then you have a problem.
Hey, let's do that. Back inside. So you know, you just put on the.
You can floss. You can floss with it. If you have hair long enough to floss.
It's like you have a garden, that's weeding out now. I mean, that's weeding out.
Yeah, but it's having a woman with too much of a long hair, you'll end up flossing your teeth.
Yeah. Why go to the dentist when you could do it at home?
But a woman's dynamic changes based on the different days of the week and weeks of the month. Sexual dynamics. A woman body odor changes also based on her pheromones. And like you said, if you love a person, they don't have to shower to have sex. Natural body odor, natural scent is a turn on, right? So there are so many aspects of sex that you could enjoy.
Face of freedom.
I remember a time I had a friend I really like. She's pretty, yeah? Pretty naturally, and I see her now done run. And that street light hit her. The glycerin, that sweat, and she was like, whew, yeah, boy. It's like, yeah, no good girl. I was like, yeah, can take her right now.
And I can understand that because if you find a woman in the same situation all the time, well showered, looking good and whatnot, the, the the moment you see her out of that comfort zone could be a big turn on to you.
Yeah. see you, how you look when you go to work, and then it's like, I want to see your home body too. It's like, nah, your home body looking good. Yeah. You see that wake up face.
That could be a turn on for some of them. It's a turn off.
You sure, man, because if me and you end up together, no, when I wake up to that face, man, I still looking, no. I tell me not to put nine looking at it. Oh, man.
Yeah, but you see, women always want to. At the beginning of the show, we were talking about women who project a certain image on social media, and when you see them in real, it's a different thing.
Well, my boyfriend, every time like we go and we try to go somewhere, my thing is to put on makeup, and he does take away my stuff and hide it, and put it on like the tallest shelf he can find, and I can't even reach it because he just don't want me wear makeup because he's like, you're naturally beautiful, you don't even need that something. Like he hates the fact that I even wear makeup with that passion.
But you don't over put on makeup.
This is how I look without makeup.
Let me see if I like it here. Just as beautiful.
But I like to. It's just I like to put it on.
Check out the exhibit. Yeah, yes. Could I show the audience?
You wanna proceed?
Yeah, proceed. That is beauty.
I don't know.
When you took out that, when you now get up, when what?
Well, actually, I now wake up because my boyfriend like to wake me up in the middle of the night. So
you wake up face?
Huh? Does she wake up face?
I will show you next one.
He like to wake up in the middle of the night for certain things?
Yes, like, well, we all know some of those certain things.
I don't know. Explain to me. I need explanation,
Like I said,
like, I know. I don't want to misinterpret what you say.
The next one.
But I like this.
Trouble, yes, right? I agree with him, yes. I take it and put it maybe on top of a mountain or something.
You're really pretty good. You. Wow, look at them eyes. That's when you no gap?
Yeah.
No, I could understand why you want to sleep next to you all the time.
Why you want to wake up all the time?
Wow.
That's why you're so kind of
It's a real nice picture. Whoa. That's what you call $1 million picture.
He's tired.
Let's ask him where's the lotto numbers for tomorrow.
Send us 6 numbers.
I don't really need the Powerball. Where am I getting? Let's get them numbers. I feel it. Yeah, true. I mean,
lucky man. Lucky man.
Lucky.
Well, no, I just like to wear makeup. But he just be telling me, you shouldn't wear makeup because when they get older, it will have effects on you. And those type of
what effects?
Talking about like women that wear too much makeup when they get older, they get.
But you don't wear too much makeup.
Yeah. So.
No, you don't. If you used to wear plenty, I don't like people wearing plenty makeup. I would have told you. Don't come to work like that. You're kicking things on your skin. You don't look real. And then she started crying and say, I like to do it.
So that was no ladder. That way he was putting all kind of no stopping ladder, no ladder.
It's how to jump, climb up on the counter.
And jump and get it.
She's smart. When she do all that, she had to work out, she gonna get sweaty. So she had to come
I'm sure when she climb up on the counter, she looking sexy doing it. That bottom stretch back so and the legs so and
he's smart.
Yeah, little spider woman kind of thing,
Yeah. Then when she come down, she'll go wash her face again, so you take it out.
When I do that, he'll be like, hey, where you going? And then spank.
Spank you?
I actually you know what you doing.
The man smarter than you think. The man smarter and you like the spanking.
Mm-hmm.
And there's little other things.
Mm-hmm. A win is a win. And it's a win-win situation. Like, you like your makeup? like spanking. I'll take it and put it on the place. Spank.
And that leads to other things, right? All right, the man smart, the man brilliant.
Yeah, I know you're late for the dinner.
He don't care about dinner.
He already eating home.
Yeah, he don't care about dinner. Why you caring about
Yeah,
dinner?
what she say. So them just going to restaurant for appetizer. Because when they reach in restaurant, thing
You
going
know,
to
all I want is dessert, you mean?
Yeah, they need to dessert.
She want the chocolate mousse.
Yeah. And the fact that he going along with she thing. Yeah.
So is he never in the restaurant now?
I can't give her that
Say
information.
it, say it off. Say it off.
No, we need to know that other people could go there and do the same thing.
Got two table,
What? I know. I want to book the table opposite to the table that she talking about.
I booking two, so
Yeah.
nobody come into the shop them on a table.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Mac Daddy, where you? Master Control.
I feel like he just, in silence, in shock at everything.
I would be too because I take so much notes that I've taken now for the evening here. I need another book, but the right. Is the right? You know, study the right.
Yeah, right.
Oh, it's right. Oh, no, right. Right. All right. I'm studying day. How you spell that day? D-A-Y or D-E-Y?
D-Y.
Right day. D-E-Y. D-E-Y. Oh, right. Day, right day.
Continue doing that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that Trinidad Day then?
Yeah, and if he tried to move your whole he had in position, you don't need to breathe.
You don't need to breathe. Breathing is essential in life. You have to attempt to learn to breathe through his ears.
Hear something.
Learn to breathe through your ears. The nose and mouth will be down there, stuck. Learn to breathe through your ears.
But I'll pick up on the tune and things. The cover, thing was nice.
My tune?
Yeah, the cover and the tune and thing,
Oh, yeah. Thanks. What's that?
Yeah, just went into the newsroom then power.
No problem. Did you have to look at the video?
Yes. Say pronounce the name of that song for me.
Ramakari Aisa Ho Jai.
Slower than that,
Ramakari.
Ramakari.
Aisa Ho Jai.
Aisa Hojai. I need to know what to say when I'm playing it. But that's fantastic.
You can call it Ram Curry.
Ram Curry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was well done. I mean, you surprised me there.
I surprised everyone.
That's what I'm saying. We had to leave them to cook.
That's a pleasant surprise. I'm a man of we music and we culture, so I'm across the board.
Right. I will send you the musical version alone, so you could play that on air. You can play it anywhere.
Good, great. I like that.
So after the program, I'm going to send it to you. Just the musical version. You don't have the video.
So how long we had to wait again till the album?
What album?
You can't be sleeping on that talent. You want more?
About 5, 6 songs plus.
Well, tell him now, man.
We want tune. We give it that one thing. Yeah, we salivating for more. We want more.
Don't worry, you're getting one the first week of July. Around that time. You're getting.
You're working with. I know they will motivate you to continue.
Oh, they're very motivational and they are very professional in their output and outlook. So yes.
I know. They're very.
Maha is top. Maha is the best studio they have in this country, bar none. When you walk into that studio, you feel you're in another part of the world.
I tell you, for real.
Yeah, the guy is good. He's right there in Charlieville, but oh my God, you would not believe the outside of the building doesn't tell you what the inside has. When you walk into that studio, it's in another world.
Top of the line, high-tech equipment.
High-tech equipment, and he's high-tech also.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you like it, and I'll send, as I said, when I'm finished with this, I'll send you the musical file, so you'll have that there, and you can play it at any time, and I appreciate it. Just remember Ram, Ramkare, Ram Curry.
Ram Curry.
Yeah.
Nice. Good, great.
Ram Curry by Dr. Raj. That's a cover version of a song.
Okay, great. Okay.
All right, with that, we have to say a pleasant good evening to everyone and hope everyone has a great time. And we'll be back next week. And happy Father's Day to everyone.
Same to you, Dr. Raj.
And Labor Day is Monday. Happy Labor Day.
Good man.
All the best.
Same to you. You're only looking normal, guys.
Yeah, that's what I said. She's only looking normal.
Yes, you only looking normal, but
Yeah.
after what you say, you listening? How did I stop this again? X.